Hello, everyone. I like to crack my Mountain Dew open on camera, but I did so in my last attempt to make this video, and my dog started whining. So I let the dog out, and I'm starting over because I don't like dog whining in my videos. So we joined this Mountain Dew already in progress. Most important thing I'm going to say this time around is spoilers, because I'm going to talk about like 100 different things, and I'm going to ruin the plot lines of everything. If you don't watch everything that I watch, I'm going to talk about a plot line that you haven't seen yet, so if that bothers you, click away, click away. Anyways, I find that I am suffering from unreliable narrator burnout in everything that I watch in TVs and movies. And it's not that it isn't an interesting way to tell a story. It's just, it's been done so much in the things that I've watched that I feel cheated whenever it happens in another thing that I'm watching. So last night, my girlfriend Misty and I were watching Mr. Robot. We binge watched the last 4 episodes over dinner. And in those episodes, it was revealed that the narrator was unreliable and, just like Misty suspected, was suffering from multiple personality disorder. And this is something that people in my generation would associate with the 1999 movie Fight Club, which was culturally a milestone for a lot of people my age. And it introduced the unreliable narrator to a lot of people who hadn't watched a lot of TV or movies. That was the first time that they saw it. Now, there were things like in the past in movies that had unreliable narrators, but if you weren't watching The Twilight Zone or The Outer Limits or Alfred Hitchcock movies, then you would have been shocked by the ending of Fight Club. And so whenever we see this happen nowadays, people will always associate it to Fight Club. But there are different ways to have an unreliable narrator in a show where they're telling you things that are false, you know. Different ways to do it outside of multiple personality disorder, where you're only getting the story from one of the personalities, might be if the personality was retarded, like Forrest Gump, saying things about different historic events from the point of view, the perspective of a retarded person. If somebody watches that movie 200 years from now and hasn't had the cultural indoctrination to all of the different aspects of the historical things that happen in that movie, they're going to be led astray by almost everything he says about every historical event. So that's one way to be an unreliable narrative. But another unreliable narrative might be that somebody's keeping a secret for the whole time, and they're only letting it out bits of the truth as it's convenient to them. Memento, the story that kind of tells itself backwards. That's one movie that people will never forget the first time they watch that. The Usual Suspects. You don't learn that the guy's Kaiser Soze until he wants you to know it, or he wants the other people in the movie to know, and then you find out, and it's like, the fuck, you know. Another different unreliable narrative thing was, you know, if you have one story that has a ghost that doesn't know that it's a ghost, you know, and there's a counselor who is counseling a child that says, "I see dead people," and that child doesn't say, "Hey, you're one of the dead people," you know. Or you have another movie where Nicole Kidman doesn't know that she's a ghost, and she's, you know, not happy with other people moving into her home, you know, and she sees the home as the way she had it, and these other people are just invaders. Which came out in the first season of American Horror Story. There were ghosts that didn't know they were ghosts. You know, that's another way of doing the unreliable narrator, is ghosts that don't know they're ghosts. And I'm burned out with that too. But the multiple personality disorder, dissociative identity disorder, unreliable narrator, it's been done. I don't want to see it again. I just got reeled in by Mr. Robot, and now I have to watch it again. But after Fight Club, the one that really pissed me off the most was Johnny Depp, and that was the Secret Window movie. I hated that movie. I felt so cheated at the end. You know, and it's not that every movie that has dissociative identity disorder is an unreliable narrator. It's when they hide the other personality until the very end to tell the story, like, to have that plot twist. You know, like, The Mask is not an unreliable narration. The guy knows that he is the Mask, you know, and he knows that he doesn't remember the other things. Werewolf movies and The Incredible Hulk and all that, you know, they've got other personalities that come out, and they don't know, they black out, and they don't remember what the other person did, right? Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. But, you know, it's not something that the audience doesn't know until the very end, where they want to do that plot twist. And so, I'm just burned out with unreliable narrators that are dissociative identity disorders. I just watched Haven. Almost every episode of Haven I've watched over the years that it's come out on the Sci-Fi Channel. And yeah, it turned into the same thing. You know, and it's a very lazy plot device, because it can add a twist to anything, yeah, but it's been so done in everything we're seeing. I would even point to the TV show Lost and say, you know, the double ending of one style is purgatory and one is the other. That was kind of a dissociative identity disorder, unreliable narrative thing for all of them involved, you know. And if I watch another movie with, you know, the plot twist at the end being that the protagonist, the guy we've been watching the whole time, has been tricking himself with tricks that he does to himself in his sleep when he's some other personality, I'm gonna give it like 0 stars everywhere I see it. I don't want to see that pulled out of the drawer as a tool for a writing device for another 50 fucking years. Okay, done with it, burned out. Don't want to see it anymore. And I'll stop there so I don't, like, spoil every damn movie that's come out in the past 10 years and won an award for having lazy writing like that. I'll stop, okay? But argue with me in the comments if you want. The Secret Window sucked. It really did. Fucking sucked.